Good morning, and welcome to your weekly message from First Congregational Church, Milford, New Hampshire. I'm your pastor, Al Hoyt. Today is Thursday, October 24th. We're rapidly closing out the month. This evening at 7:30 is choir rehearsal here in the sanctuary. Friday, tomorrow, October 25th, there'll be a student recital, a private event in the sanctuary at 7 p.m. Saturday, October 26th, the New Hampshire Conference of the United Church of Christ's annual meeting will be held at the Geneva Point Convention Center in Moulton Borough. Myself and our three delegates, Verna, Susan, and Carl, will all be attending virtually. This Sunday, October 27th, is Remembrance Sunday, the Sunday when we remember those who have left us, who've passed in the last year. At 9:30, of course, is the adult Bible study in the Parish House parlor. At 10 is our live service and live stream service via YouTube. And following the church service is our October potluck. And the theme this year is soups, stews, and chilies. Monday, October 28th at 7 p.m., the Governance Committee will be meeting. Tuesday, October 29th, the Souhegan Valley Chorus will be rehearsing in the sanctuary from 6:30 to 9. Wednesday, October 30th, the Garden Friends will be here on the grounds. Thursday, October 31st, is Halloween. From 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., if you're one of those who worships from home, you can come in and pick up your communion elements. At 5 p.m., we'll be setting up for trunk or treat. And from 6 to 8 p.m., trunk or treat will be going on during the Milford's trick-or-treating hours. Friday, November 1st, is All Saints' Day, and more about that in a minute. And from 9:30 to 1:30, if you are one of those that worships at home, you're welcome to come in and pick up your communion elements. Saturday, November 2nd, from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Market Basket in Milford, the Share Food Drive will be going on, and our youth group will be at Market Basket from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. collecting food for Share. Now, if you can't be there during those times, if you can't be at Market Basket to donate the food at that time, you could always bring donations for Share into the church, put them in the basket in the narthex, and we'll make sure that they get them to Share as soon as possible. Sunday, November 3rd, will be our All Saints church celebration. Daylight saving time ends on that morning at 2 a.m., so set your clocks back, set your clocks back 1 hour before you go to bed on Saturday night, so that you're here and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for church on Sunday morning. Every year when Verna and I were members of the church choir in Plymouth, there was always one or two people who would forget to move their clocks back and would show up for choir rehearsal as church was starting, right? And it was always kind of humorous. And there were certain people we knew were going to miss it. And so sometimes we'd even call them to see if they remembered, and they'd still forget. Following the church service on November 3rd, the coffee hour will be hosted by the Board of Trustees. At noon, the Greater Nashua Crop Walk registration will be held. And at 1 p.m., the Greater Nashua Crop Walk steps off. Coffee hour signups for November through December and the all-church Thanksgiving dinner signup are up and available in the Parish House. Please volunteer to help out. The Diaconate has designated a special collection on Sunday, November 3rd, to benefit the American Red Cross to help hurricane victims. Please be as generous as you are able. The church is looking for people to host a trunk for trunk or treat on Thursday, October 31st. If you're interested in joining the fun, and it is a lot of fun, please let Vicki know. We're also looking for candy donations. Please drop off candy at the church And we're taking those donations through Sunday, this Sunday, October 27th. So if you can't be there for trunk or treat, if you can't set up a trunk or any of that, you can still make a donation of candy that we can give to the kids as they come through. So yesterday, or the 22nd, so that was Tuesday, Kajay Dusha in the Still Speaking Writers Group wrote something that kind of piqued my interest. It kind of made me think a little, and I really like those. Kajay Dusha, of course, is a UCC minister in New York City. And Kajay quoted from Genesis 3, chapter 12. "The man said to God, 'The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me fruit from the tree, and I ate.'" And Kajay writes, "Have you decided whose fault it was yet? You know, for that thing, that incident that set off a cascading series of bad things? Whose fault was it? Was it a coworker, a sibling, a fall friend, a frenemy, a parental unit, an overzealous neighbor? Or was it them? People from that country, people of that religious persuasion, people who read the Bible that way, people who voted for him. Who wins out in the blame game? Wandering in the garden in the cool of the evening breeze, God gave an opportunity similarly missed. Adam might have taken his own responsibility for what happened. His failure to do so proved deadly. Not so much because of God's anger or retribution, I believe, but because this story set into motion what seems to be the continuous process we all undergo as we look at things that are wrong and play the game of not it. Passing the hot potato of blame from his own hands to Eve's and from hers to the serpent who couldn't catch it. She stood with her hands burning. And women subject to the irresponsible teachings of some hold that burning potato to this day. Owning up to our own portions of responsibility without lingering there in self-hatred forever breaks the vicious cycle of the hot potato blame game. This has to stop. Maybe, just maybe, it starts with us. And Kajay offers this prayer. God, I am sorry. Forgive me. We were wrong. Forgive us. Thank you for your redemption. Thank you for your love. Heal the scorched hands so they can be ready for your work. Amen. I thought that highly appropriate for the situations we're in right now in our country. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. So we're getting into that time of year where it gets busy almost every week. There's always something going on. I hope you'll take advantage of as many of these things as you possibly can. We'll have concerts coming up. We'll have performances coming up. We'll have some wonderful worship services and lots of different people doing lots of different things. I hope to see many of you, if not all of you, here. There's a lot happening, a lot of really wonderful things. And so I hope to see many of you here. And I hope to hear from many of you. So until we meet again, take good care of yourself. Take good care of each other. And God bless you all.